lots of people have asked me about doing repairs and things like that. So while I was finishing this panel bracelet, I thought that I would just come on really quick, do a video, show you guys how I do. We're just gonna affix some rhinestones to in between here and here. So the way that I do that, one of the ways, besides bead set, like soldering them, we're just gonna use some basic glue. This is for a client of mine who asked me to make a pink panel bracelet for them. So that's what I did. I actually made, these are all made, I made these from empty shells. So I glazed the shells. I filled them and with acrylic, and then painted them, affixed them, and then repainted over them. There's still a little bit of work that needs to be done, but I got to get this thing finished and out the door. So we're just going to put a few little random rhinestones. She wanted just some random like ABs in between. I do have a collection of obviously different stones. I do use the Swarovski made in Austria vintage stones for all of the pieces that I work on. So we're just going to use, today we're just going to use this E600 glue. I'm not going to do anything too fancy, so you could do this at home. This is a jewelry file, just so you guys know. It's got a pointed end on it, so you can really get the glue in there good without making a mess. So we're just going to find the spots that we want to put the stones in. And again, these are all, here, I'll show you guys. These are all super high quality stones. All vintage, made in Austria, specifically for vintage pieces. So these are the ones that we're going to use right here. These are gorgeous. They have this fire to them. These are made by Swarovski in the 50s. So I just happen to know a great lady who sells the stones. So I'm super fortunate with that. So let's see here. We're going to put the glue on, okay, the areas that we want the stones to go. Let's see. I know I did one there, so let's put one here too. Okay, while the glue is wet, because this does dry pretty quick. Okay, and then we're going to take the stones. I barely touch the stone because you don't want to get the stones foggy. Let's see. And we're just going to press it in there. And I do use the buffer. I'll show you guys what I do in the very end. I think that looks really good. Doesn't that give it a nice touch with the that AB? I love that AB. Those are just so good. Okay, so press that one down, make sure that one's in there good. Maybe we should do a couple different sizes. Here's a smaller one, just to kind of give it the look, kind of a variety and not just one. Let me see here. I think that's where we put the other one. So this one for me, just touching it, got a little foggy. So when we go to buff it out, we'll make sure we just kind of glaze over those stones so they're not foggy at all. It'll give them a real nice, I think it gives it a really nice touch having the ABs on there. Okay, so we're just going to pick some random spots. And you just want to make sure that you're not using too much glue. Don't use too much glue. Don't do it. It'll make a big mess and it'll make it ugly and messy and sticky. Especially check the back. See how it's not over flooding the back? It's very flush. Can you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that, if you can tell. Maybe if I back it out. There we go. See how you can't even tell in the back that it's the glue sticking out? You just want to use a little bit of glue. I kind of like the smaller ones. The big ones are nice too, but I kind of like the smaller ones. Gives it more of an accent type look. Or maybe, I mean, we could do a uniform. We could do like a uniform on all these panels here. Like a uniform setting. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. I kind of like the random. What do you guys think? Uniform would be like each one has 2 here, 2 here, 2 there. I kind of like the random. Let's put, see, and this is a perfect piece to do this too, because see the little circles? See those perfect little circles right here? That's a great spot for a little rhinestone. All right, so we're going to get that. And then I use a separate one to pick them up with, a separate nice clean one to pick them up with. Let's see here. Let's do a small guy. I have all types. I have big ones. I got little ones. All types of different stones. I'll show you one of these up close. I don't know if you guys can see that. How gorgeous these are. So pretty. Yeah, the YouTube doesn't zoom as well as Whatnot does. Let's see here. Okay, and this one's just going to go right on in here. And then you can even use the back to kind of press it into place. And again, don't worry if they get a little foggy or a little smudge on them, because we're going to buff them out. I'll show you guys how I use my buffer. I would even like actually some smaller ones than this. Let's go on this one now. Don't mind my hand, you guys. I have just gotten over doing my nails. I really don't care. I'm like so busy. I really am supposed to be doing some shipping right now before my mail guy gets here. But I wanted to get this out to my client as soon as possible. Let's see. So we're going to do some there. I don't know if you guys can even really see that good. This one has oh, that's not a bubble. Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. How are you guys? Welcome in, everybody. We're just affixing some rhinestones here to this panel bracelet that I made. Hi. So I made this panel bracelet here for a client. She wanted a pink panel bracelet. So I made these really cool. Here's the back. It's a really neat bracelet. Here's what it looks like on, kind of. So what I'm doing is I'm putting rhinestones. I'm affixing the rhinestones, these ones right here, to the piece. Yep. And see how on the back it looks nice and clean? There's no glue overflowing or anything like that. So that's what we're doing. Hi. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I've had quite a few people ask me about affixing, how to fix stuff, do rhinestone stuff. So that's what we're doing. So I think like one of the most important things is that you get high quality stones. And it's not easy to find. You can't find these stones here at Hobby Lobby or any place like that. You have to actually, well, for me, you know, I get it on Whatnot from my friends, but you can't just find these at Hobby Lobby and things like Michael's. You know, these are vintage, high quality stones. So I think that's probably, look at the baguettes. Look at the color on these. Isn't that amazing color, that magenta? Yeah, so I think that's really important, having high quality stones on your pieces, you know? So we're just putting like random little AB, which is, AB is like these fiery, clear looking rainbow stones. So we're just affixing that. This is the glue that I use. On this one, I'm not soldering it. I'm actually just gluing because the client wanted some random glue. Hi, Mike. How long have you been doing this job? Oh, geez. I've been making things since I was a little kid. But this particular job, I started doing just in the last year. Yeah, I started making things for people, just doing fun stuff. Selling jewelry. Mostly I sell jewelry on Whatnot and eBay right now. So, yeah. If you guys are on Whatnot, you know, my name is the same on all the platforms. So you guys can go on there. I do special coupon codes and things like that if people come from YouTube. So, yeah. Let's see. This one we put in the wrong spot. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, this one's gorgeous. Here, I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can zoom. I'm going to try to zoom in on this one because this one is like fire. Look at that. She's so good. Okay, so let me back it out. There we go. All right, so we're just putting some stones, random kind of stones on here. This is a big chunky panel bracelet that a client had asked me to make for them. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's nice. Yeah, so we're just kind of, she wanted some random stones on the metal. So that's what we're doing. I thought I'd just come on and show you guys how I do it and what I use and stuff. So we're just kind of placing random ones. Let's see. These are perfect little holes for some stones right here. Let's see. I'm just kind of doing random. Let me see here. You want to just make sure that you remember where you're going to put your stones. Let me see. This guy. All right. How is everybody today? Everybody having a good day? It's almost the weekend. Thank goodness. I'm so glad. Let's see. Let's put this one here. There's not a good spot. I always want to make sure that they're in a spot where they're nice and secure. They're not going to fall out in the future. Okay, that's nice and tight, I think, right there. And we're switching off between sizes. I'm doing some small, some medium, and then some larger. Let's see. Where did we put the glue? Right here. Let's try that again. All right. What coupon about codes? Oh, yeah. So if you go to, if you go to my Whatnot show, I'll put a coupon code in there and for you guys. Okay, I don't know if you're on Whatnot, but if you are, you can open up my show and I'll put it on there today, okay? So I'll put a code on there you guys can use and get, 20% off of your order, okay? And sometimes, like, I'll do previews, so only YouTube, only you guys will get, oh shoot, look, this is good to know. So I put one right on the hinge. So you want to make sure that you don't put them right where the hinges are. Look, that one's going to have to come up because this is going to be bent over time and you don't want that. Okay, see that? You don't want to put them, you don't want to put a rhinestone right here because this bracelet's going to bend a lot. So that's good to know too. And we're going to buff this out in a minute. You guys can see it'll look really good when it's done. Good. Yeah, I will. I'll post it. As soon as I get off here, I'll go on my, I'm actually going to do a pop-up show tonight, but I'll put it on for tomorrow, for Friday's show. I'm going to do a bunch of, I have, like, I'll show you guys some of the stuff that I have. These are just a couple of the trays. This back here, this is a necklace I'm working on. These are all check glass, vintage check glass. So that's going to be one long necklace. That'll be on there tomorrow. And then we have, like, look, I have some really good ones. This is all silver. Look at the big spoon. Oh, what the heck? So there's that. That's going to be on the show. What else? All these red. Look at this one. Isn't that so pretty? Chunky red glass, all glass. And then I have more like these, kind of more Indian style, really cool stuff. And then there's, tons and tons more trays behind me on the actual desk. So yeah, I've got lots and lots of stuff. Yep, so that is getting all set. I was just working on some shipping, so I thought I would show you guys how I do the, so the coupon code, if you're on Whatnot, you'll have the coupon code and then you'll get a discount if you purchase any items from me for that show. Okay? Let me get you guys set up here better. Okay, so I don't want you falling down. I don't want you falling on me here. Okay, all right, I think that's good. So anyways, I'm going to finish this real quick. We're going to buff this out because I do have shipping I have to get out before my mail person comes today. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's do this. You just want to make sure it's not sticky. And again, you don't want to put rhinestones where the hinges are because it's going to bend over time and you don't want, maybe we should do something special at the ends. Kind of thinking that would be good to do something special, like a bigger, or maybe a pink stone, maybe a bigger stone. I don't know, even a light blue one. I'm really lucky in that this client really trusts me. She's not too particular. She kind of lets me do what I want with the pieces that I make for her. So I make a lot of jewelry. I do a lot of glass, check glass, things like that. So, okay, there's this one. And let's do one. It would be right here. All right, so this glue is drying really, really fast. So we kind of have to hurry along before it gets sticky. That's the one thing you don't want. You don't want to have things be messy. You want to keep it real nice and clean. This is drying really, really fast. So, oh, and you know what? I know what the problem is. I put a coating on this that's going to kind of resist the glue. Okay, so here we go. Yep, here we go. That's good. And this one, we're going to just take that out. Okay, perfect. Okay, and let's see which stones we're going to use on that. side. I don't want to use pink. There's a lot of pink on this one. I gotta pick quick. I gotta pick something quick. Maybe clear. Maybe we'll just do clear. I want big ones though. Let me see. Shoot. I should have thought about that before I put the glue on. Okay, here, we're gonna do this. Let's see, just like that. Boom, boom. And here. Okay, that looks good. I think that looks really good. And then this one here. And like this. Okay. All right. Let's put that one down. These kind of remind me of opals. They're so sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see how sparkly they really are, but these are amazing. See how sparkly these are? And again, if they're foggy a little bit, that's okay because we're gonna buff all of this out. Okay. All right. It turned out really good though. I mean, see how the metal's got that glitter to it? For somebody who has no like blacksmith or silversmith training, I think this turned out pretty darn good. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really wasn't expecting anybody. So thank you guys for hanging out. We're just doing some rhinestone affixing and things like that. I wonder what that is. That's kind of weird. Let me see. Oh, see, there's extra glue there. I'm glad I looked at this. So I'm just using the jewelry file to kind of clean up the edges of this one because I want it to look really nice and clean on the back. You don't want to ever have glue coming through the back. You know what? You want it to be nice and even. See how this one you can see a little bit of the glue? Okay, so we're going to make sure when we buff it out that these stay nice and clean. Okay? All right, so there we go. See, like this right here, we don't want this showing through. So you can usually use like a jewelry file to kind of, if there's any of that stuff going on. I just always want to make sure that my pieces are nice and clean, even, that everything looks really good and not messy before I send them out, you know? So, see, like there's overflood here. Okay, so we want to get rid of all that before we send it out, which I will. Let's just finish these rhinestones so I can get this going. And I did choose to do kind of a random pattern with these. Okay. So let's see. Maybe we should do some pink ones. I don't know. That looks pretty good. See how those kind of fire back at you? Love that. Okay. So this, let me see. We need a couple right here we're missing. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Okay, now you guys can see that better. All right. Almost done with this. Okay, let's do maybe one hit that hole, a tiny one there. And let's do one right here. I did put a coating on that metal, so it's going to kind of resist the glue. But as they sink in, if the rhinestones sink in a little bit, it'll just adhere to it. It's pretty good glue. And again, this is like what I'm using. I'm not doing a soldering. I'm not soldering these rhinestones. This project has just taken a little bit too long, so I want to kind of get it out the door and to the client as soon as possible, hopefully today. And the thing about that I love about the being able to glue them and everything is that you can send it out the same day. You can still work on the piece and get it out, you know, in a timely manner with it drying properly and everything else. So that's really good. Okay. And you don't have to worry. I mean, it'll stay. As long as you cure it, you know, maybe under a black light too, that helps a little bit, then it will be fine. It'll be nice and ready, nice and dry. Okay. Sometimes I'll even send some extra stones for the clients, like just in case. I have a lot of creative people that, you know, they like to do some stuff on their own or whatever. So I'll give them a few extra stones to kind of play with if they want. Let's see here. Let's put a little bit of glue here. This stuff is drying really, really fast. So, and we want to keep it as non-messy as possible. Let's see there. Okay. So we got those two. Let's clean this guy off. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. All right, let's see this one here. Do. All right, let me put this little one kind of on the edge there. All right, I'm just doing a quick video, you guys. I will I will have another video that's coming either today or tomorrow that's going to be all about soldering. A lot of people have asked me about how do you solder pieces, repair stuff. It's fairly easy. As long as you have the right things, it's fairly easy. Yeah. Yes. I'm right here. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Where did I put the glue on this one? Yes. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Okay. That's the thing about being live. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. Nice clean edges on that one. I hope that's going to stay. I'm worried about that staying. All right. So these look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I think I can get this out to the client. I'll show you guys what I do for buffing. You know, that's kind of the very last step to clean it, buff it real nice. You know, I could do one more. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. I really, I want every stone to be in the perfect spot. I want everything to be, you know, precise and meticulous. So sometimes it's tougher for me. Oops, we don't want to put it where the hinge is. Darn it. I forgot about that. It's going to wear and tear way too much if we put it there. So, yeah, that's what's great about these jewelry files, too, is that you can really get in between the little cracks and everything if you, ouch, ooh, that one hurt. If you use these, see how nice you can kind of get between there. So it's not messy because you don't want glue hanging over the edges like that. You want to keep it really nice and clean. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing here. Cleaning all these little edges up. Okay, nice, very nice. When I poked my finger with that, darn it. Okay, I think this looks good. I mean, I could put a few more, but I really want to get this out to her. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It turned out not too bad, right? For making my own panel bracelet, I think it's pretty awesome, right? Here's the back on it. Yep. So we will have more panel bracelets. You know, if people have special requests, you can always send a message, make a comment on this video, what you guys think. Do you like videos of people like repairing things or making things? Or would you like more videos on the jewelry itself, pricing the jewelry, sourcing the jewelry? You know, what do you guys think? I always like to hear your feedback. I appreciate you. Let's see here. I told you guys I would show you how I buff these out before. See, these are already set. Those are already set. Those aren't going anywhere. Okay, so let's see if I can move this over. I'll show you guys what I use. So for the last step, I do use the hand grinder, and it also has a buffer. So we're gonna just buff the metal. We're gonna buff these cabs here, and we're just gonna make them really nice and shiny. Make sure they're even and flat surfaced. You know, the back I think looks pretty good. Also the metal, I did do like a glitter type finish, if you can see that on the metal. Really cool. I think it turned out really cool. So we're just going to kind of go over that with the buffer to make sure it's smooth and not rough. Okay, but I did like a glitter finish on the silver. I think it looks really good. Okay, so I'll show you guys what we do. I usually start it, I do have like an oil on here, and then I usually start it on like a 1, you know, and then I just kind of go over them real soft at first. Okay, go over them real soft. Okay, and don't Don't mind my nails here. Okay, so you want to make sure that they're nice and shiny and that they're smooth. And this is a buffing pad. It's not any type of sandpaper or anything like that. We just want to buff it out really nice. Make sure that these are smooth and nice and ready to go. They've already been coated with a UV coat, so they're hard. They ain't going anywhere. They're affixed to the back there. I'll show you guys the back in a second. But this is just on a 1. You know, this will go all the way up to like a 8 if I wanted it to. So we're just going to keep it on low. And it does give it, when you do this, see how it does give it more of a gloss too? Really nice. Okay, welcome in everybody. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, this is a panel bracelet that I constructed. So we're just kind of doing the finishing touches on it right now. And then we're going to go over the AB stones that we just affixed to it. We're going to go over these too. Because remember, like I said, they can get cloudy from the glue. And you don't want that. You want it to be real nice and clean. So we're just going to buff these out. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Okay, make sure that they're nice and smooth. And you'll see how shiny. They get really, really shiny when you start buffing them out. You can see that glitter finish a little bit more. And we're going to go over the metal too, because you want the metal to be nice and smooth. Okay. Another thing, you're going to have to make sure you get in between. Okay. All right. See how the metal has that kind of a glitter finish? Really cool. It's kind of what is it? Iridescent. It's got an iridescent like luster. Really cool. So, and I'm not an expert in jewelry. I don't have any formal training. I'm all self-taught, as far as creating the jewelry and stuff. So, if there's anybody I learned from Jason Adams, who's here on YouTube. He has taught me so many things. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his channel, but his name's Jason Adams on YouTube, and you should go and subscribe. He really taught me a lot about jewelry, making things, all about being an artist, and he's just amazing. So go check out his channel, you guys, if you have not. He's just a great person, and he knows way more than I do about jewelry. I just like making stuff and having fun, and I do like being a reseller. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I think these look really good. They feel good, smooth. It's not sticky. So one thing about the UV coating is it can get sticky real easy. Hopefully you guys can hear me over this darn grinder thing. Okay, we're just going over the cabs a little bit. This one's a little rough right there, so if you want to go over that. Let's see. These look really good, though. I'm so happy with this. Yay! I'm going to take some pictures of this before we send it out. Looks so good. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'll go over these guys. Over here. Clean the edges up a little bit over here. This is really good. I'm happy with this. Takes a lot for me to be happy about a piece too. I'm quite meticulous about the pieces that I make. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on, buddy. I can't hear you. All right, so the last thing, like I said, you guys, is we're going to go over the rhinestones. A couple of these did get kind of foggy. See that from the glue? So we're going to just go over them like this, buff them out in like a circular motion. Get on the edges real good of each one. See that? See how there's glue coming up? That's exactly what we want. We want to get any excess glue off there like this. Okay, and it just makes it real nice and clean looking. You want all the edges to be, especially to be really nice and clean. No excess glue. That's like the worst. Like I said, I am somewhat of a perfectionist, so that could be why. I'm sure I've got bots. I have real bots in the chat, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. Bots in the chat. It's all good, whatever. Okay, so here we go. I love that fire that those AB. These are, again, you guys, it's all about the stones. In my opinion, it's all about the stones that you use. These are not the ABs you're going to find at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. No offense. But these are have to be specially purchased you know, from somebody that I know back east. Has just amazing stones, glass, check glass. That's another seller on Whatnot. No barking. Okay, so I think this looks good. Let me just check the back now. We're gonna check all the stones, make sure, go around the stones with the buffer. Okay, so you don't have any messy. Here, we're gonna turn this up a little bit. Okay. I think this is pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Look at that one right there. Look at that one. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love her. I love her. All right. This one right here, if you guys can see this one right here, has a lot of glue around it. So we're going to try to get that glue off. Don't want any glue showing. That's just messy and not what we want. See how you can go right over those stones though, and it just, oh, beautiful. We're going to try to get that glue out with the jewelry file. Okay. Oh, there we go. There have been people coming in and out. What?
Are you on a YouTube live?
Yeah. Robot, yeah, bots. That's right.
Were there people on here?
There were, yeah. There were like 7 people at one point.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, buddy.
Now there's 3.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, buddy.
Mom.
Yeah.
I had your shoes. You know.
It's okay. All right, guys. So we're just putting the finishing touches on this pink panel bracelet that I made. Let me see. All right, we're making sure there's no glue. You can. I mean, I don't really know how to do that. My daughter's in here helping me. She knows more about YouTube than I do.
I know.
Okay. So now we're going to flip it on the back. Okay. And just clean up the back. See how nice the back looks? You have no excess glue hanging over. Just want to make sure here. We're going to turn this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, get all that off there. All right. This looks so much better than I thought. I'm so happy with this. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're just finishing up this panel bracelet that we're going to send out. Okay. All right. Here we go. Just making sure it's not sticky, making sure it's all ready to go out. Okay. I like the back, how the back looks on this. It looks really nice. Okay. This one had a lot of glue in there. I don't know why that was. You guys see that? Look at all that glue. Yikes. No, Maui. All right, so we're going to clean that up with the jewelry file. Other than that, I think it's pretty good, you guys. Okay, thank you so much. Here, I'll show you the end result. What this looks like. Okay. Not too bad. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? Oh my gosh, I love her. These are just amazing. I love panel bracelets too. You guys like panel bracelets? I am a huge, huge fan. So, you know, I realize nothing's going to be perfect, but man, I really love this. You know, it's fun, super fun. I think the last thing that I'll do is I will solder a nice big jewel right here or something like that. Probably, let's see, probably right on the front right there. We'll do, or maybe I'll do some baguettes. I do have, look at these, some beautiful baguettes. Wouldn't those look so pretty going down those lines right there? What do you guys think? the dark pink or the light pink baguettes? What would you put on to fit these little lines right here? Would you do the dark pink or the light pink baguettes? I don't know if I had AB baguettes, but it's pretty tough to find. So, yep, there we go. There's our panel bracelet. Thank you guys for watching. We'll do some more videos. We'll have some more fun. And, yeah, let me know what you guys are struggling with as far as repairing the jewelry, creating jewelry, selling jewelry. I would love to do some more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And, alrighty, bye.